Men didn't before have to worry about this. They can be silly, fat, funny, intellectual, hardcore, sensual, all those different things, philosophical. But with women, they always have to be feminine, feminine, feminine. And what I like most is not everybody say this is the age of women or whatever. I think this is bullshit, I just like to see women who can be characters and can be themselves. And number 1, 2, 3, they are what they are. And number 10, they happen to be women. In the same way as you happen to be Spanish and I happen to be Icelandic, To leave Iceland was a very big decision for me. Pride, mission to London. I became an Icelandic immigrant in England. Conscious decision. When I started audition for my band, I found myself after watching many hundreds of people play with a group of immigrants.
This is a new band you've just put together, is that right?
Yeah.
Is most everyone there from Iceland?
No, they're actually quite a collection. It's people from India, Barbados, Iran, Turkey.
Wow.
Wales. They're all very different. They all come from different, not only different countries, but also from different places musically. I like that very much, We got people that are really into jazz and people that are really into, like dance music, and people that are really into world music. And because I am too restless to settle with one thing, I want to try everything. First time I go to a city, I was 18 years old, and I was terrified. I came to London, and I couldn't believe that you can't just stand up and walk out of it. You can even go on a train or a car, and you have to travel for hours, and you're still inside the city. And this completely freaked me out. I was so claustrophobic, and I got so obsessed with oxygen. I couldn't breathe, and I was trying to touch the buildings and scrape off the grease and try to get in touch with things. And it was very scary. But then I learned to relax all about it. And I find it kind of kinky, kind of sticky. And I buy a bag of chips, which I usually hate. And I get all greasy along with it. And ever since, I've been completely addicted to cities. Yeah, I think it's something about oxygen again, I get breathing, breathing. Subway, metro, underground, and you travel, and you pop up again, completely different somewhere else. So this completely charmed me out of my shoes. I've always enjoyed seeing people travel. I really like airports because there's all these people saying hello and goodbye, and maybe you haven't seen for many years. And sometimes people are very, very tired, so they can't sort of hide their feelings. I look tired. And then they cry and they hug and they kiss, and they're so focused on receiving someone they love that they forget about all the other people. So I actually quite like watching people travel. It's ever so interesting.
I wanted to ask you about your eyebrows. I don't know if we can get a shot. Did people see this? Are those tattoos or?
No, I just draw them.
Oh, you just draw them on?
Yeah, I'm just so much into Indian films. And they make all these beautiful patterns above their eyes. So it's a bit sort of like, yeah, I'm basically a fan of all them Indian stars, film stars.
Right.
I've already recorded half of the album before I even met Nelly. And I like to work this way. Nelly is brilliant, and I think we work together very naturally, very close. I write them in Icelandic, and usually what happens, I translate them to English, and then something happens in the translation. It becomes more exciting. So sometimes I try to translate it back to Icelandic then, and then something adds, and then back to English. And in that process, a lot of things happen. And then in the end, you got two very independent lyrics that are different, but they focus on the same emotion. I think there's difference between being a control freak and between having a vision and making sure that everybody sees the same thing as you do, you know. And I believe in that but still with equality, because I've worked with so many people in the past in Iceland, with troubadours, new music, contemporary music, experimental electronic music, all sort of different music, where there are other people's vision, which I'm trying to fulfill. And I think it's one of the most exciting things in music. And so basically, when I turn around to do my next album, I will be the person who's got the vision, if you want, but I will work with a lot of other people. So it's not like I'm completely controlling them or something like this, but just making sure that we are all playing the same song, you know? This is my house. This is my home in Iceland, and make yourself feel like home. Put the hammock in here. It's the best thing you can get when you're hungover. It's like somebody's carrying you when you lie in it. Can, you know, sort of go back to your childhood sort of an experience of it. Sigurmorandi gáfu út eina plötu bæði á ensku og íslensku. Og tilfelli var að Íslendingar keyptu bara erlendu útgáfuna. það er svona miklu komplexur í gangi á Íslandi gagnvart útlöndum. Og þannig að það þjónaði einhvern veginn engu tilgangi eftir það að gefa út plötuna líka á íslensku því það er náttúrulega mjög mikið kostnaður í kringum það. We're in the top of a church tower now, having a look at my hometown, you know. And a lot of things have happened there, you know. Basically spent, you know, majority of my life. A lot of memories down there. Kinda, you know, first fights, first time getting drunk, first time getting late, first time whatever, you know. I live by the ocean, and during the night I dive into it, down to the bottom, underneath all currents, and drop my anchor. This is where I'm staying. This is my home. I live by the ocean. And during the night, I dive into it, underneath all currents, down to the bottom, and drop my anchor. And this is where I'm staying. This is my home. I'm much more Icelandic, like here, the three of you, being French, I feel very Icelandic. When I'm in Iceland, I'm just Björk, you know? Oh, I've just been really busy, and I've been really lucky this year. A lot of things have been going on, but the bad point is that there's only one copy of me, you know, and so I have to pick what to do and what not to do. And sometimes I find it more important to make music than to talk about it. I mean, I realize that talking about it gives me an opportunity to write more music. Well, if I talk about my music, more people will buy it, will find out about my songs, and that means the next time around I can maybe hire exciting musicians that cost a lot of money, or do whatever I want. I wanted to do a video to a song called Big Time Sensuality, and I was very aware of that I wanted it to be quite different from human behavior, which is more sort of epic storytelling thing. That Big Time Sensuality was more like a personal statement that has to be very in your face. If I remember it right, Stefan brought a treatment which we both agreed on, and then he called up a little later with something he thought was even better. And the idea with basically to get a truck and drive up and down Manhattan as long as the light would last. Yeah, I guess the idea to put someone on a truck and then kind of drive the truck, and you have to like dance really intensely, and just that element of danger, and on top of that do it in a city like New York. I think the policemen were very aggressive, asking us to try to stop to do it, and we were kind of a bit like anarchists, kind of not stopping, and so the police was kind of after us. And then you get all these people, like actually all those people actually wanting to jump on the truck and take part. It's like are you doing a movie? Like, can I
take part, and we had like really big speakers, and we were blasting the song. So it was kind of like everybody were kind of listening, and you know what New York people are like, they're very sort of open anyway, so everybody were like clapping and dancing along, and it sort of was a bit of a performance statement, I guess. Yeah, it was a great day. We had a great laugh.
There's one track called There's More to Life Than This where at one point it kind of sounds like you've gone out of the room and you're singing it in a toilet. Someone said you'd actually recorded that in the toilet, is that true?
Yeah.
You did?
Well, basically, I was going on about my album, I want to be real. I want to be like real life situations, like you get really pissed off for something and you just start singing a song and you kind of hit the table with your hands, or you're very, very happy and you just start singing with all the people in the bus vicinity. It was like that, like real life situations, sort of musical record.
And the winner is Björk.
Go!
Thank you. I think everybody can make pop music. I mean, anyone, you know, just play with their hands on the table or grab a piano and it's spontaneous and it's now music. And that's what is the best thing about pop music.
I don't look at myself as a poet, I'm not. My words basically, when I write words, I basically try to translate what the song is about into words, kind of to explain to people what the song is about. And for me personally, I mostly listen to instrumental music. That's what makes me happy. To sing a song and write lyric to it is kind of more to introduce the song to other people. It's like a communication thing. When I write songs, they start in my head, and I like to prepare them, even though they're really, really, really simple pop tunes, for a very long time, just in my head, and then really, really quickly record them as quickly as possible. And the most exciting thing and the most challenging thing is the timing, to record it not too late and not too early. Not too early, which means that the song is not ready and you have to improvise too much, or when it's too ready, when there's not room to be spontaneous, you know? And I think that's something that keeps the magic.
Tick-tock.